setting up a QuickBooks completely online. This will be a brand new QuickBooks. It'll be you're starting fresh. You just want to have a QuickBooks to start your business and keep track of all your business expenses. And we're going to go through on how to set up your QuickBooks and how to get things going with your QuickBooks. So I have navigated to, sounds weird. So I am on the QuickBooks pricing website, and as you can see, there are multiple different levels or subscriptions to QuickBooks that you can choose from. And QuickBooks is really good about outlining what each level or what each subscription has to offer. So you can scroll through these and figure out which one is going to be the most beneficial for your business. A lot of times what we recommend to our clients is the Essentials one because it's not too much, it's still pretty simple, but the reason we recommend it is you can add multiple users to it, whereas like the Simple Start, you only have one user. So if you have if you want to log in and then like your office manager wants to log in, y'all can have two totally separate logins. And that helps too because, if you have an office manager, you could assign them a role in the company that doesn't have access to everything. So for the sake of this video, I am going to purchase our Essentials plan. And then it brings you to a screen where you can add payroll to your subscription. So payroll allows you to run payroll in QuickBooks. And again, with the QuickBooks subscription plans, there is also multiple payroll plans. So you have the payroll core, the payroll premium, and the payroll elite. And again, QuickBooks is really good about outlining what all the different plans has to offer. And it just depends on what you want with your payroll. So sometimes a big deciding factor is going to be the same day direct deposit. And in order to get the same day direct deposit, you would need the premium payroll or the elite payroll. So if we were going to select our plan, and I'm just going to do the payroll core. That is what we recommend mostly for our clients, and they never seem to have an issue with it at all. So now it comes to the checkout screen. And in the checkout screen, it's going to ask you to create an Intuit account. And then once you do the one more step, it's going to ask you to input all your credit card information to sign up. The way that I'm doing it right now is I'm doing a free trial, and this is something you can do as well, is you can do a 30-day free trial and check QuickBooks out and make sure you're going to like it and everything, and then it'll start making the recurring payments for your subscription. So after you made your Intuit account and you entered your credit card information, it will now bring you to this screen. This is a get started screen. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to walk through the prompts it asks you and a little more information about what it's asking. So we're going to hit next. This first question it's going to ask you is, what do you call your business? So this will be what the name of your business is. Now this can be a name whether it is like an LLC or you are just using this name as a DBA at the moment. So for the sake of this example, I'm creating a business. It's a dirt working / construction business, and I'm going to call it HS Services. And I'm going to click next. So then it's going to ask me how I've been managing my finances. And this is where you would tell it, I'm just getting started or I've done something in the past. And then from there, it'll kind of prompt some other questions depending on what you've asked or what you've answered. So I'm going to tell it that I have no way of managing my finances so far and I'm just getting started. So then it's going to ask what my main source of income is. So, and then, or if, then to ask, is HS service, is this business my main source of income? And again, this is some more information it's gathering to either sell you stuff and next time or tailor things for you. So I'm going to say, yes, this is my main source of income. And I'm going to click next. And it's going to ask me how long this business has been in business. And since I'm just getting started, I'm going to say under a year. But if this is a business that you've had for a while, you would answer how long it's been in business. So then ask you, what kind of business is this? So this is where and then ask the follow-up question, is this an LLC? So if this business is already an LLC, this is where you click yes. And if not, this is where you would click no. And I'm going to say this is an LLC. And then there's a follow-up question that I ask is, how is your business set up for taxes? So this is how your business is taxed. So if you're an LLC, you can either be taxed as a sole proprietor or an S Corp is the two that we usually see. We have some great videos on the differences between whether you want to be taxed as a sole proprietor or an S Corp, and we can link them in the description below. For the sake of this video, I'm going to say I'm just a sole proprietor for now. And then ask what your industry is. So, and I'm going to say it's dirt working. This matters some. This question does matter a little, but we've learned that it doesn't matter a whole lot. Again, this is more to either sell you stuff as the time goes on, or tailor the QuickBooks for your type of business. So typing in dirt working, and sometimes you're not going to get exactly what you are, and you're just going to have to get as close as to what you do is from the options below. So like I typed in dirt work, and obviously that's not an answer. So then I have to just get as close as I can. And the one that I found to be the closest is actually like site preparation. So sometimes you'll have to scroll through the list and kind of figure out and make a judgment call of, is this close enough, or find one close enough to your industry. So then the next question is asked is, what is your main role at this business? So it is asking you as the setup person, what is your main role? So you can answer as if you're the owner, the partner, or say you got your bookkeeper, your accountants to do it. Then if we were setting this up for you, we would click bookkeeper or accountant. But if you're setting it up yourself, you would click owner or partner. So then it's going to ask who all works at this business. And again, this is to tailor the business to what you need. So you can select that there's only one of us, or I have some employees, or I've even got some contractors. And you can select multiple as well. So I'm going to select that I'm only a business of one for now, but I do plan to hire somebody in the future. And then I asked, does a bookkeeper help with your books? So if you have an accountant and you would like them to have access to your books as well, you can hit yes. And then prompts you say, okay, we can send an invite to your accountant or bookkeeper to help to work with you on your QuickBooks. If you click no, it'll prompt you to, it even says like, if not, we can help you find one. So it'll help you find a bookkeeper if you don't have a bookkeeper and you want help with your books. And then ask, what apps do you use for your business? So first, getting started out, I would recommend that you don't connect apps at this point in time, just so you can get into QuickBooks and start getting familiar with it before you add the complexity of adding these apps. So I'm going to scroll down the bottom and I'm going to do skip for now. And then it asks the questions, well, what do you want to do with this QuickBooks? And it gives you all of these different features. So then you could just click through these and select which ones you want QuickBooks to help you with. So as a dirt working business, I definitely want QuickBooks to help me send and track invoices. I also want QuickBooks to help me accept payments. I also want to create estimates or quotes. As a dirt working business, I don't have any inventory, so I'm not going to click manage inventory, but if you were like a retail store, you could click manage inventory. Also, as a retail store, you could ask it to help you track sales and manage sales tax. So that's a great feature that our clients like, is QuickBooks will automatically track sales tax for you, and then you could just go pay it every quarter instead of having to do a calculation. For the sake of my example, these don't really apply, so I'm not going to select them. Okay, so then it brings me to a screen of, okay, now you'll be able to start setting up payroll. And you just gotta click through these. And do let's go. So once you get all the way through that setup screen, it'll take you to the dashboard of your QuickBooks. The first thing it brings you to is the setup checklist. So we're gonna work through this checklist and make sure we get everything set up. The next thing on the setup list is to set up payroll. I'm actually going to do that in a different video, so we're going to skip that for now, and we're going to go to organize expenses. And so when you click organize expenses, the first step it gives you is to link your business bank accounts. So from here, you'll be able to type in whatever bank you use, and once you select that bank, like say I have a Wells Fargo account, it'll bring you to a sign-in. It'll bring you to a sign-in page where you would sign into your bank account, and any bank account attached to that login will populate, and you'll be able to either select whether or not you want that account to show up in your QuickBooks. Something to remember is you only want to select business-related accounts. So if you have personal accounts also tied to that login, we don't want those in our business QuickBooks. You can also do the same with credit cards and attach credit cards. So for example, like I have a Discover card, you can click Discover and it'll bring you to the same thing, and you can log into your Discover account or your other credit card account and select what credit cards you want to pull through. So whenever, I'm not going to do this at the moment, but I wanted to let y'all know how to do that.